Welcome. Today, we're going to explore this incredible hidden story of how your body is constantly fighting a war on two completely separate fronts. So let's start with the big question, right? How on earth does your body manage this constant two-front war? I mean, it's fighting against its own mistakes and fending off foreign invaders, all at the same time, every single day.
Here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll set the stage for this two-front war. Then, we'll look at an enemy from within, using sickle cell as our example. After that, we pivot to the invaders from the outside, these things called xenobiotics. We'll see how the liver is our champion defender, and finally, we'll see the big picture, the body as this incredible, constant battlefield.
Okay, let's dive right in. You have to understand, every single second of your life, your body is performing this unbelievable high-stakes balancing act. It's fighting threats that are fundamentally different, coming from totally different places. All right, let's tackle that first battlefront, the war against internal errors. This is basically when the body's own instruction manual, its DNA, has a typo. And there's no better case study for this than one of the most well-known genetic disorders out there.
Now, this conflict starts with something called hemoglobinopathies. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's really just a term for problems with hemoglobin. That's the super important protein in your red blood cells that carries oxygen. And these problems really come in two main flavors. Either the protein is built wrong, that's a quality problem, or your body just can't make enough of it, which is a quantity problem.
In the case of sickle cell anemia, which is a quality problem, this entire devastating disease comes down to one tiny mistake. It's literally a single typo in the genetic code for building a part of your hemoglobin. Just one. And check this out. This is the massive consequence of that one little typo. A building block that's supposed to be water-loving, called glutamate, gets swapped for one that's water-fearing, called valine. It sounds small, but this swap creates a dangerous little sticky patch on the outside of the hemoglobin protein.
And that sticky patch sets off a catastrophic domino effect. See, when oxygen levels drop, those sticky hemoglobin molecules start clumping together, forming these long, rigid rods. This forces the normally round, flexible red blood cell to warp into a stiff, crescent or sickle shape. And that's where the disaster happens. They cause a massive logjam in your tiniest blood vessels.
And you know, this is not some abstract problem happening in a petri dish. It has a huge human impact. In the United States, about 1 in every 500 African-American babies is born with sickle cell anemia. That makes it the most common inherited blood disorder in the entire country.
The fallout from these cellular logjams is just brutal. Those fragile, sickled cells get destroyed really fast, which leads to a constant state of anemia. The blockages themselves cause these episodes of absolutely excruciating pain. And over time, this constant battle just leads to cumulative, devastating damage to vital organs.
Okay, so while your body is fighting that entire internal war, it's also got to defend a completely different front line. This one is against a relentless, non-stop stream of chemical invaders coming from the outside world. So what are these invaders? Well, they have a cool scientific name, xenobiotics. It comes from the Greek for foreign life, and it's basically a catch-all term for any chemical compound inside your body that your body didn't make itself. And look, these aren't some rare chemicals you'd only find in a lab. We are swimming in them every single day. They're in the medicines we take, the pollutants in the air we breathe, the pesticides on our food, and even the additives used to preserve it. They're everywhere. So how does the body fight back against this chemical assault? Its number one strategy is called detoxification. It's this brilliant biochemical system, mostly run by the liver, that takes these foreign chemicals and converts them into harmless, water-soluble stuff that we can just, pee out.
Think of your liver as the body's ultimate bouncer and chemical processing plant all rolled into one. And it has this really clever two-step protocol to deal with these chemical threats. It's a sophisticated cleanup crew.
You can actually think about it like this. It's a two-step tag it and trash it system. Step 1, phase 1, is all about identifying the foreign chemical and slapping a chemical tag on it. Then step 2, phase 2, takes that tagged molecule and prepares it for the trash.
So, phase 1 is all about prep work. The goal here is to attach a little chemical handle to the foreign molecule to make it easier to grab onto later. And the main workhorses for this job are an incredibly powerful family of enzymes called Cytochrome P450. These guys do the heavy lifting. Right, so once that handle is attached, phase 2 kicks in. Now the body takes one of its own water-loving molecules and sticks it onto that handle. This process basically gift wraps the toxin, making the whole thing water-soluble so the kidneys can easily filter it out and get rid of it.
And this table just gives you a little taste of the huge toolkit the liver has. I mean, look at phase 1. You see oxidation, driven by those Cytochrome P450 enzymes we just talked about. That's how you break down alcohol. Then in phase 2, one of the most common pathways is this one, glucuronidation. It handles everything from old red blood cell parts to steroids. It's an amazingly complex and coordinated system.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. Let's look at the big picture of this relentless, microscopic war that is constantly defining our health, whether we realize it or not.
Here is the absolute key takeaway. Your body is not just fighting one enemy at a time. No way. It is simultaneously managing an internal rebellion caused by its own genetic typos, like in sickle cell, while also fighting off a constant chemical invasion from the outside world, 24/7.
And that really leaves us with a final, pretty powerful thought. We are making incredible, mind-blowing advances against our internal enemies. Things like gene therapies are becoming a reality. But at the same time, our exposure to external chemicals just keeps going up. So the question is, are our body's natural defenses and our medical systems truly prepared for the escalating war on that front?